So today, I want us to begin by looking at a question that was tested in the year, very many years ago. That is the year 2012. Those are 10 years ago. I don't know whether you had a dream or dreams again. So, December 2012, question 1A. December 2012, question 1A. December 2012, question 1A. It says that Medicinal Limited is a pharmaceutical company that manufactures two types of cough syrups, Lala and Salama. The total revenue of producing the cough syrups is given by, we are given that. So we are required to get the maximum profit. So as we have been saying, total profit is equal to total revenue you minus total cost. Total profit is total revenue you minus total cost. So by, as you can see, the total revenue is minus 38,400 S minus 36 L square plus 438 S square plus 2 million. Now that is the total revenue. So the total cost is 1 million minus 486 S square minus 324 SL minus 27 L square. L square. So opening the brackets, pi will be minus 38,400 S minus 36 L square plus 438 S square plus 2 million minus 1 million plus 486 S square plus 324 SL plus 27 L square. Now I would want you to put the right terms together. You put the right terms together and then you differentiate, because this is a case of partial differential. Then you differentiate. What have you gotten? This 38S haina mwenzake, so we have minus 38, 400S. This L to join this other one, so that we have minus 9L square. This 438 to join this 486, so that we have what? 924S square. This one to be left with 1 million. Alafu, this 324 is on its own. 324 SL is on its own. So if that is true, this is a case of partial differentials. So you remember what we called partial differentials. So partial differentials. So the differential of pi with respect to s. The differential of pi with respect to s. Now this one becomes minus 38, 400. This one does not have s, becomes 0. This one has s, so plus 1848s. This one does not have s, 0. This one you add, you get 324L. And you say this is 0, and you call it equation number 1. Call it equation number 1. Then the differential of pi with respect to L. Now this one does not have L, so this one gives us minus 18L. Plus this one has L, even this one, but this one has, so plus 324S is equals to 0, and this one you call it equation number 2. Removing L from equations 1 and 2. From equations 1 and 2, we can have it 324L plus 1848S is equals to 38,400. And negative 18L plus 324S is equals to 0. So here we shall multiply by 18, and here we shall multiply by 324. That is the easiest way, multiplying by the opposite coefficients. We interchange. That's the easiest. Yeah. But if you're able to know which number you can multiply this, you're equal to this, well and good. But the easiest is just multiply with the opposite coefficients. Whichever way you take, the answers finally will be the same. So tell me 324 times 18. So I will say we get 58, that 2L plus 1848 times 18. 264S. 38,400 times 18. This one times this. 691, 200. Then this times this obviously will be negative 58.2L. 324 times 324. 976S. That is equals to 0. So if you add this one, this plus this, one that 8240S is equal to 691,200. So you shall divide and tell me S is what? So S is 5 units. Then you say, using equation 2, it's minus 18L plus 324 times 5 is equals to 0. So tell me L is what? L is 90. From L is 90 units. Good. So if that is the case, then maximum profit. They're asking for maximum profit. You take this function that we have been given as negative 38,400 times S. S is 5 minus 9 times L squared, that is 90 squared, plus 924 times S, that is 5 squared, plus 1 million, plus 324 times S, 5, 90. So that is how you get the maximum profit. Okay, so 904,000. Hiyo kila mtu ajipange naye. Now the figures there. The next question that I want us to look at was tested sometimes in May 2018. May 2018, question 2B. Which leads that BC Limited operates two factories, namely X1 and X2. Both factories deal in the production of a product named Guzo. The joint cost function for production of product Guzo is given by, we are given that BC Limited has received an order to produce 200 units of product Guzo. So you are told to get the quantities of product Guzo that should be produced by factories X1, X2, respectively, in order to minimize cost. So when you're given that, you will need to form what we call Lagrange function. Lagrange function. And Lagrange function is what you create when you have what we call the budget constraint. And we say this one is created as L is equals to F of XY plus lambda G of XY. Lambda G of XY. So F of XY, it is the function whose value you want to minimize or maximize, which in this case is given as 2q1 squared plus q1 q2 plus 2q squared plus 5. So we have the g of xy. Now g of xy is the function of the constraint. Now the constraint here, we are told they have received an order to produce 200 units. What that tells you, whatever number of units of Q1 and Q2, when you combine them, they should be equal to 200. That's the meaning. When you combine them, they should be equal to 200. And because you do not know the ratios, you just give them equal ratio, and the equal ratio is 1, 1. Should be equal to. But that does not mean that they will be the same. They can be different. But that's the beginning point. Now, this one is usually written as Q1 plus Q2 minus 200. So that you do not have two equal signs in the same function. No. So this one comes to this side. Yeah. So we now combine it. So our grade will be 2Q1 square plus Q1 Q2 plus Q2 squared plus 500. You say minus Q1 plus Q2 minus 200. So again, opening the brackets, 2Q1 square plus Q1 Q2 plus Q2 square plus 500 minus Q1 minus Q2 plus 200. So this creates partial differentials. As you can see, we have several items. Oh, sorry, there is something I did not put. Oh. There was this Rabda. You can squeeze them there. Maybe I can comfortably squeeze here. Rabda that way. So this one will open up as Rabda Q1 minus Rabda Q2 minus Rabda 200. So we now differentiate. So the differential of our grade with respect to Q1. So here, this becomes 4Q1. This one is plus Q2. This one, haina Q1, hii haina, then minus lambda. Then this zingine, you say equals to 0, and you call it question number 1. Now, I would like you to differentiate with respect to Q1, Q2, and then you differentiate with respect to lambda again. You will get 3 equations, and then you solve them simultaneously. Aha. Umepata nini? This one umepata Q1 plus 2Q2 minus lambda equals to 0. And you call it equation 2. Then this one umepata Q1 minus Q2 minus 200. You call it is equals to 0. You call it equation 3. Are we there? Now, can you solve these three equations by elimination method? Remember, we are revising, so most of the things you will be required to do on your own. So those who are online also solve and give me the answer. Have you said this? Removing lambda from equations 1 and 2. Removing lambda from equations 1 and 2. You should have said 4Q1 plus Q2 minus lambda equals 0. Q1 plus 2Q2 minus lambda equals 0. So if you want to remove, you simply subtract. So if you subtract, you're left with 3Q1 minus Q2 equals to 0. And you call it equation number 4. Can you now solve from there? Let me see whether you can be able to go beyond this. Same, removing Q2 from 3 and 4. Toka hapo songa and give me Q1 and Q2. Oh, I can see already Mary has given me some answers. Good. Wengine tuendelee. why did we subtract the two equations instead of adding them? Aha. Oh. Sure. Hey, nafanya makosa mingi, eh? This was supposed to be a plus. So let's rectify that. That was supposed to be a plus. Thank you, Mary. I think I was overtaken by this one. So plus there. So if that is the case, this becomes plus. This becomes plus. But this remains minus, eh? So when you differentiate, this is supposed to be plus. It's also supposed to be plus. It's also supposed to be plus. Rectify. Have you followed that? I think I went by this. Okay. So if that be the case, then this one is plus, this is plus. So when I say minus, coincidentally the answer is the same. Coincidentally the answer is the same. So now removing Q2, I expected you to tell me something like this: 3Q1 minus Q2 is equals to 0. Then Q1 plus Q2 is equals to 200. So if I want this to go, I will add so that I'm left with 4Q1 is equals to 200. And based on that, this is 50 units. Yes. This one. That's equation 4. Yeah, and this equation. Na ndio hii nimechukua 3Q1 minus Q2 is equals to 0. Alafu nimechukua hii Q1 plus Q2 equals to 200. This one. Still okay, you should get the same answer. You get the same answer. So that being true, you say using equation 4, you say 3 times 50 minus Q2 equals to 0. So Q2 should be 150 units. Now your syllabus does not require you to go solving the thereafter. So I will not go beyond that, or I think I had seen many had solved. So you simply now stop there and tell us that's minimum cost. Minimum cost. You take this function here, the one that we were minimizing, 2Q1 squared. So 2 times 50 squared plus Q1, that is 50 times 150, plus Q2, that is 150 squared, plus 500. That will give you the minimum cost. That will give you the minimum cost. So those are the questions that I wanted us to do so that we can say comfortably we have handled calculus and functions. So those who are online, are we okay? We are okay. Aya. Sasa, I had said now, if you have any questions that you want me to solve, you can raise. Masi, good evening and welcome. So any query, starting with you? If you don't have questions, then I will guide. If you don't have, then what we shall do, tutarudi kwa our past papers. We start handling questions that we have not solved in class. So go to the paper of August 2022. Paper of August 2022, question 1A. I don't think we have handled that in class. Let's handle that. It's like a simple one actually. August. December 2020. 2022, question 1A. Are you there? So if you are there, the question says, Saudex company has received an order to supply 900 tables, 1,200 desks, and 2,000 chairs. The management of Saudex company has decided that 500 tables, 800 desks, and 1,300 chairs could be supplied from their city center branch, and the balance of the order could be filled from the industrial area branch. Production of each table requires 3 hours in the machining department, 5 hours in the assembly department, and 4 hours in the finishing department. Production of a desk requires 4 hours in the machining department, 8 hours in the assembly department, and 6 hours in the finishing department. Production of a chair requires 2 hours in the machining department, 3 hours in the assembly department, and 5 hours in the finishing department. The cost of an hour in the machining, assembly, and finishing department is 50, 100, and 150 respectively. You are required to use matrix algebra to calculate the total number of hours required at each branch. So we can first of all create the matrices. Total order we can have tables, we can have desks, total orders matrix, and then we have chairs. This is 900. This is 1200 and this is 2000. Now this is a 3 by 1. Then we can have what I would call production matrix. Production matrix. Now the production matrix, again, we have tables, we have desks, and we have chairs. Now we have two branches. We have the city and we have the industry. We have those which will be produced at the city and those will be produced at the industrial center. So they have decided 500 will be at the city center. So because they both require 900, then industrial will make 400. Then for the desks, city will make 8. So industrial will make what? 400. Then for the chairs, the city will make 1300. So this one now must make what? 700. Yeah? So this is a 3 by 2 matrix. You can put it together, then you copy. Now, production of each table requires 3 hours in machine department, 5 hours. So we can have hours per unit matrix. Hours per unit matrix. So again, we have tables, we have desks, and we have chairs. Now the departments, we have a department inaitwa machining. And then we have another one inaitwa assembly. And we have another one inaitwa finishing. Now a table requires 3 hours in machining, 5 hours in assembly, and 4 hours in finishing. A desk requires 4 in machining, 8 in assembly, and 6 in finishing. Then a chair requires 2 in machining, 3 in assembly, and 5 in finishing. Now this is a 3 by 3 matrix. The cost of an hour is, so we have hourly costs matrix. Hourly cost matrix. So here we have machining. Then we have anaitwa assembly, and then we have finishing. So this one, we are told it is 50. This is 100, and this is 150. So those are the matrices as per the information provided. So now what does the examiner want? He wants us to compute the total number of hours required at each branch. the total number of hours required at each branch. So we will have to multiply the units that we are producing with the hours. With the hours. So how do we go about it? First of all, if I come back here and I say this is my matrix A, and this one is my matrix B, and this is my matrix C, and this is my matrix what? D. If I'm looking for total hours in each branch, total hours in each branch, we already have agreed and are clear that we need to take this to multiply by this. Now, if I take B, which is 3 by 2, I multiply by C, which is 3 by 3. I told you for you to multiply matrices, they must be compatible. The number of columns here in the first must be equal to the number of rows in the second. Is that the case? No. So if that is not the case, we can be dual. We can come and say, what if I start with C, 3 by 3, I multiply by B, which is 3 by 2. So the columns here and the rows here, do they agree? Yes. So if they agree, then we need to see, now this one is called compatibility tests. But when you are multiplying commercial applications, you also need to check whether they make sense. So according to this, I need to start with the 3 here. This is 4, this is 2. This is 5, this is 8, this is 3. This is 4, this is 6, this is 5. I multiply by, this is 500, this is 800, this is 1300. This is 400, this is 400, and this is what? 700. You need to check whether they are making economic sense. Economic sense is, now this one, these are the hours required by the tables. See there? In those departments. And these ones, they are not tables. So these are tables, these are desks, and these are chairs. So they will not make sense. Because I'll take 3 times this, then 5 times this, and 4 times this. That will not make sense. So you have to check how then do we make so that we will have the number of these items multiplying the hours here. What if we interchange now? So that we have it this way. What if I interchange? I have it this way. I have 500, 800, and 400. Sorry, not 400, 1300. 1300. And then I have 400 and 400 and 700. Now this one is of which order? Is a 2 by what? By 3. Then I multiply by this one, which is 3, 4, 2. Even before I go beyond that, let me check whether it will make sense. Now this one, they are tables, and this is for tables. These ones, they are what? Desks. And this is for desks. This one is for what? Chairs. And this is for chairs. So is it making sense? Yes. So if it is making sense, I can now come and put here 5, 8, 3, 4, 6, 5. I hope we are following, even those who are online. That's why unapindua mpaka unaona it's making sense. Now this one is a 3 by what? By 3. So this one is zimekubaliana. So we are going to end up with a matrix that has 2 rows and 3 columns. And I told you the rows of the first matrix. The rows of the first matrix. So the first matrix, now that nimepindua, this is city and industrial. Are you following that? Am we able? You are following, yeah? So, but the answer I can read. So this one, see this is city. Wakati tumepindua hii ni city. City ndio iko na 500, 800, 1300. Na hii ni industrial. Na hii ni industrial. So tumesema we are going to get a 2 by 3. Haya. Sasa, the matrix that we are getting will have rows of the first matrix and columns of the second matrix. So the columns of the second, maybe watch and niteremshe hii chini kidogo tupate space. So this is industrial, and this is city. So the columns of this one, sio hizi. So ya kwanza ni machining. Machining, huyo mwingine ni assembly. Na huyu mwingine ni finishing. Sasa chukua calculator tuende. So, sema 500 times 3 plus 800 times 4 plus 1300 times 2 equals 7,300. So 7,300. Turudie hapa 500 times 5 plus 800 times 8 plus 1300 times 3. $12,800. Now that nimesema msiandike we argue together, I must put it in a way that itakuwa visible kila mahali. Hii tumesema ni 7,300, which was machining. Huyu mwingine ni assembly. Assembly umesema umepata 12,800. Twende kwa finishing. I'm doing it so that those online can be able to have a full clear. So 500 times 4 plus 800 times 6 plus 1300 times 5. Umesema? 13,300. Kuja kwa huyu 400 times 3 plus 400 times 4 plus 700 times 2. 4,200. Haya, tukimbia hapa 400 times 5 plus 400 times 8 plus 700 times 3. 7,300. The last one, 400 times 4 plus 400 times 6 plus 700 times 5. 7,500. Good. So, if they wanted the total number of hours required at each branch, we can then come here and say kama hiyo space tatosha. So seti is add these three now. This plus this plus this. That 3,400. And industrial, if you do the same, $19,000. Good. So that is the way to go. So you can copy. So remember these two are trials, mpaka tuhakikishe imework. So copy, then we proceed from there. Yeah, so the next question was asking, calculate the total cost incurred at each branch and the total cost incurred. Okay. So for us to get the total cost, to say now this is matrix E. Call this one matrix E, which is a 2 by 3. So for us to get the total cost, we must multiply the hourly costs by the total cost matrix. Total cost matrix. So hii tunaweza ipanga hivi. Tunaweza ipanga E, which is 2 by 3 multiplied by B, and B is a 3 by 1. So you see now hapa they are compatible. Sindio? Alafu sasa tukipanga hii itakuwa ina multiply hivi. So this 73 will multiply this, which is for machining. This one is for assembly and this one is for finishing. So tutaipanga kwa 7,300. This is 4,200. 12,800. 7,300. This is 13,300. 7,500. You multiply 50, 100, and 150. So now that this is a 2 by 3 and this is a 3 by 1, you will get a 2 by 1 matrix. So multiply that, copy and multiply on your own. Copy and multiply, will give you the answers. So we are through. 7,300 times 50 plus 1,200 times 100 plus 13,300 times 150. Okay. Now we begin for 200 times 50, 7,300 times 100, 7,500 times 150. Yeah. So we call it a day at that point. Then we shall pick up from there in the next lesson.